What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. I always take that pause right in the beginning, huh? It's like I forget where I am or I forget what I'm doing. As you can see, it's 5:43 here on a beautiful morning here in Old Ridge. And as always, the first thing we do here in Old Ridge in the morning is feed the animals, or at least feed the dairy cows. Now, yesterday, it rained all day. It started raining at about noontime, and it didn't stop till probably about 10 o'clock at night. And it rained hard for a good portion of the day, so that's great. It really helped the soil moisture come up on the fields, especially the fields that I've planted, which is the ones that I was really concerned about. The soy, the sugar beets, the barley, the potatoes, obviously. Those were the ones that I was concerned about. The soil moisture has come up nicely on those. And as I've said quite a few times now, it still leaves me 2 more applications of water that I can put on the fields during the course of the season. So that's great. So quite a bit to do today. We got to feed the animals, obviously. I need to spray some herbicide over on the sugar beets because I've got a massive weed infestation sort of in the middle of the field over there. So I need to spray some herbicide on them. And I want to cut some grass and get all that sort of done. Getting low on hay, as you would imagine. So as you can see over there, getting a little low on straw too, but I can't do much about that till come grain harvest anyway. So, I've sort of gotten over my fear of the manure problem. As you can see, we're about 91% full. It's not quite to the top there yet. And I will be using some after I cut all the meadows anyway. So maybe we just might have enough storage to hold what we're making, and then as I use it during the course of the year, we might be okay. So I'm not going to really worry about that just yet. Plus, I haven't really found any sort of temporary solutions to it, to the problem. But we'll keep monitoring it, and hopefully it'll all work out. So anyway, let's jump into this. Get the beacon on, get the parking brake off, grab a scoop of silage. Still got quite a bit of silage left, which is good. So I'm not so worried about putting corn in the ground right away. I will be putting corn in the ground. Perry and Phil are not here yet. It's a little early for them yet. But we will be planting today as soon as I figure out which way I want to actually move my bucket here. I will say that, this joystick is awesome, but where I have it set up so that it's not in the way of the steering wheel and everything is a little less than convenient. I find myself reaching for the mouse all the time anyway, just because obviously that's what I've been doing for a very long time. And the mouse is on the desk where the joystick is on a table next to the desk. So, someday when I get this all set up to where I can have everything on the desk at the same time, I'll probably use it more. But for right now, it's a little easier just to use the mouse, even though the motion isn't as good. But okay, we'll live with it. Put a scoop of silage in there, and we'll go grab a couple of bales. So once Perry and Phil do get here today, since I only have the one grain planter, the one grain seeder, probably one of the two, depending on which one wants to actually do it, will seed some OSR over on field 11 south, and then that will leave wheat to go up on field 3, and then fields 5 and 6 will probably, field 6, the little bit of field 6 over there, will have sunflowers on it. Like I said, is a test crop. So, and then field 5 will probably have wheat on it as well. Let's see. What do I want to grab first? Well, I only need one straw bale, so let's grab the one straw bale first. Well, I'm going to need more than one because obviously the dairy cows need to be bedded too, but for right now, I only need one, so. Straw, it's always something, right? At first I didn't have enough hay, then I didn't have enough straw, then I was running out of silage. I'm always running out of something, huh? I guess buying straw from other farms is going to be a constant thing until, I can get the acreage to generate the amount of straw that I really need for this herd. I don't want to cut the herd down just because, I like the size of the herd. It makes a decent amount of money, not great, but decent. So, I'm going to boom out a little bit so I can drop this straw bale in there. Come on, drop. There we go. Very good. So if I have to run up to, to another farm to buy a couple of trailer loads of straw once in a while, that's okay. I'll live with it. You do that in real life too. Rarely, if you have a huge dairy, You know, do you have enough acreage, you know, for arable to have all the straw that you need? So now, if I was smart, I'd take these off the top, right? But we know I'm not smart, so oh, that worked out very good. Oh, I only needed one of these. Only needed one of these. Damn it! Get them out of the ground, because if you unlock them, they'll freak out. Only need one, please. That other one can just sit there. How are the sheep doing? I bet the sheep, yeah, the sheep need to be fed too. Probably should go feed them. I swear those sheep, you know, the sheep are another sort of thing that I'm thinking about. You know, do I really want to stay in the sheep business? You know, because obviously I only have 30 sheep. You know, they don't make a lot of wool. You know, because I don't have a huge flock. So I'm starting to wonder if it's worth it to keep them. You know, because they do eat a lot, obviously. You know, they don't generate any sort of byproducts that I can use, aside from wool, obviously. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about that, you know. It's costing me a lot of money now. I haven't sold a full load of wool yet, although we will have one pretty soon. So I guess I'll have to sort of take a look at it after that happens, you know, after we sell all the wool. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. All right. Get some mixed rations in these guys. Then we got to sell the milk, because the cob will be ready for us. About 5,000 in each trough. Yeah, that rain was great. You know, it was funny because obviously we knew it was going to rain. You know, the forecast had called for rain. Now, come on, shift it. I know you're headed off to the ring feeder. And then, you know, so about noontime it started to rain, and it rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. And I was like, yes, keep raining, you know, and it really, really helped. Got the soil moisture back up to where it should be, you know, in most of the fields. So, because some of those fields had no moisture in them whatsoever, which is, you know, not good, obviously. But now, if we could get back into a regular rain pattern, that would be fantastic. Whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. You know, obviously the long-term forecast is not showing any more rain for at least the next week. But if we get some rain, you know, after that, that would be fantastic. You know, but again, the water situation is not awful. You know, as I've mentioned, as Mike's talked about too. You know, it's been raining a lot around the valley. So I swear, this case has zero breaks whatsoever. After harvest there, Case, you're going to Chad, and you're getting all your brakes and your hydraulics and everything else worked over. Because I'm going to eventually get to the point where I won't be able to stop at all. So. But yeah, you know, there's been a lot of rain around the valley, so water's not going to be so much of an issue. We're kind of thinking that they're probably going to lift the water restriction after this year, maybe. You know, especially if we get a lot of rain in the valley itself. So we can kind of go back to the normal. Oh, there's a thing. Watch. If I press the Q button, you see the little red blinky thing down there. Why is that? Because I have installed manual attach. Now, why? I don't know. Just because I thought it was cool, I guess. So you actually have to get out and unattach the PTO and then unattach the actual implement. So I thought that was kind of neat. You know, just for this map, trying to maintain the most realistic techniques, I guess I can. So. Let's see. You can actually stay right here for now. Make sure we set the brake. Got to grab some straw for the dairy cows, and then we got to grab a couple of bales for the sheep. And then we'll go sell the milk, and then probably by that time, Perry and Phil will be here, and I'll get one of them on seating over there on 11 South. All right, let's go. Grab a couple of straw bales for these guys. Yeah, I'm going to be out of straw before harvest time, but oh well, you know, that happens. You know, as far as the game goes, all that's going to mean is that they're not going to generate any solid manure, but okay. You know, again, I have plenty of that too, so really? This camera, I hate this camera. You see it's 12 o'clock. On the real-time mod there. It's 12 o'clock here in the real world. I am Not feeling fantastic. Again, with the weather, right? One day it's 60 degrees, the next day it's 30 and snowing. It's just New England being New England, and it's playing havoc with me. So I didn't sleep very good last night. So I'm probably. I say this every video, right? Could I be any more unfocused? I mean, but if I don't get a certain amount of sleep, and then of course I wake up in the morning and I drink more coffee than I should, and that sort of affects my bipolar. Caffeine is a trigger for bipolar, and I drink a lot of coffee, as you guys know. So what ends up happening is I get more and more and more unfocused. So I figured while I still had a little bit of focus, while I was still slightly coherent, I would make a video. But I can feel my focus slipping away as we go here. All right, grab this bale, grab one more bale, run these up to the sheep, then we'll sell the milk. Do our normal daily stuff here. No, this view, thank you. This is stuff that happens every day here in Old Ridge, every morning. Animals need to be fed. Milk needs to be sold and all that. So, on top of all the other stuff, if it's planting season or if it's harvest season or, whatever season it is, this will be good. This will give the cob time to get set up. Sometimes I get there, because Mike always says it, the impatient American, and he's right. And sometimes I get to the cob early, and they're like, come on, we just got here. We haven't even had a cup of tea yet. We don't have our inspection equipment set up or anything. You're going to give us a minute. So I like to give them time because officially they don't start accepting milk till 6 a.m. And sometimes I show up there, 5:30, 20 past 5-ish, And sometimes they'll take me, but sometimes I have to sit. So this will be good. I'll give them a chance to get set up fully in a minute. You can always see them when I roll in early, too, because, they'll give me the eye roll. They'll be like, oh, here he comes. And half the time, the people who work in the office, that cut the checks, for the payment aren't even there yet. So I have to go back and get the check anyway. So with this rain, these meadows should be in really good shape. So we'll cut all of those. Whether we cut them all today or not, I don't know. Probably what I will do is, I will probably, once Perry and Phil get here, I will get one of them started planting. And then we'll go up to the pig and beef meadow, which is the biggest meadow, and get that cut. And then whether we have time or not, we'll see if we'll get it raked up and all that. But definitely get it cut. And then, if I have to, I'll rake it off screen. We'll bale it, get the bales off it. So that'll be the first cut of the year, which will be nice. We can get some manure, get some slurry spread down, for a couple of reasons. One is because obviously the meadows are going to need it. Two, it'll kind of release the pressure on my manure situation. It's so funny, I was talking to Mike about this, and he was like, well, I can remember when, you would come to get manure for me, and now all of a sudden you have so much that you don't have any place to put it. Yeah. And it's funny how that works out. Of course, the herd, my dairy herd is really big now. So 150 cows for a farm my size is a lot of cows. And it's just about the limit of what I can sustain. In fact, I don't think, because you have to have a permit, you have to have certificates and everything for dairy. And I don't think I could get a certificate for many more anyway. So I just don't have the pasturing. I don't have the acreage, to support them. So I think I will keep the herd right at 150. If we expand out a whole bunch more over the next few years, maybe I'll go up a little bit. But, the other thing, too, is, as I've said over and over and over again, the prices of milk are so low that, it's just, it just costs money. You know what I mean? It just costs more money every cow I add to the herd. So, all right, here you go, sheep. You guys better be making me some money. That's all I'm going to say. I can't afford to have stuff not pulling its weight around here. Oop, I'm a little too close to the crossbar there. There we go. Get these guys fed. That's that. And that's that. Very good. How many bales do we have over here? See, we're not even full yet. What do we have? 8 bales? 6 bales? No, more than 6. Can't ever really tell. I think there's... Can I jump up on this wall? Oh, I can't. Can't quite make it up on this wall. Let's see. If I get a little shift now. All right, let's do this. Can we walk back here? It's tough to walk back here, though. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is this hold? 9, I think? Or 10? Something like that? I'm not really sure. There's a few there. Again, you know, we'll see how much money it brings in. Get these into transport position. Probably bring the boom in, huh? Shouldn't be driving on the road with the boom out anyway. And let's get back to Beacon Salon. Yeah. Bring this back to the dairy, and then I will go sell the milk. 11,000 liters of milk, you know, again, probably going to be about $6,000, $5,000, $6,000. You know, okay, you know, and it costs about $10,000 to make it. But the only way I ever give up being a dairy farmer, because I enjoy it so much, is if I just get to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I need, you know, X amount of thousands of dollars to feed these guys and to, you know, maintain their health and everything, and I don't have it. Obviously, I'm not going to let the animals suffer if I can't afford them. You know, then off to auction we go, I guess. But I will do everything in my power to avoid that from happening. To avoid that from happening, to keep that from happening. Yeah, I think we'll go and we'll sell the milk, and then I will get Perry, who, according to my phone here, just showed up. So he always texts me. He's like, I'm here. Okay. Well, you know what needs to be done, right? You've been with me for a while now. This isn't your first go-around here, you know, on the farm. So why don't you go get hooked up to the seeder, you know, dump some bags of OSR seed in the seeder, and go get to work. Oh, if it was only like that, right? If you could actually do that, how cool would that be? If you had, you know, if there was some sort of, like, I don't know, app that you could have on your phone that said, you know, go take this tractor, go do this, right? How cool would that be? Now, again, you know, does that take a lot of the gameplay away from you? Sure it does. But see, this is the stuff that I think about. You know, in today being Friday, you guys will see this video on Saturday. But in today's video, ATS video, I talked at length about, you know, third-party stuff for American Truck and for Euro Truck, you know, scenery, weather, trucks, things like that, right? And, you know, and high-fidelity stuff, like flight sim standard stuff, right? You know, and I was just thinking, how cool would it be is it if there was an app, with a, you know, say this could be a persistent world, right? And of course it could be if you had a server. If you have a dedicated server, you could just leave it on all the time, and it could just be running, you know, and doing things. But how cool would it be if you had an app where you could say, okay, you know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, my hands are here now, my help's here. You know, you could give them their instructions, right, and they could go off and do it. I mean, how awesome would that be, right? I mean, I think that would be the ultimate in immersion. I always have a hard time with that word. But I am probably asking too much from Farm Sim. Will that come someday? I bet it will. You know, I mean, games only get more advanced, right? They only get more advanced. They only get more, you know, features and everything else. So, you know, and I don't think it has to take away any of the gameplay. I mean, everybody uses hired worker and courseplay and all that anyway, right? So there's always something else you can be doing while they're off working, because that's how it works in a real farm. All right, we will stop you right here, set the brake, shut you off, turn that off, jump out, go grab the case and the, how's this doing? It has hardly any in it. No need to move that just yet. Oh. Go grab the case and the milk trailer and go sell some milk. Make a little bit of money today, right? Why not? We're going to spend a bunch of it. Might as well make some. Oh, yeah. This case is closing up on 100 hours. I mean, this thing sees a lot of work. I use this thing for everything. So, you know, it's probably no wonder that stuff's wearing out on it. Am I anywhere near? Yeah, I'm pretty close to that. This is another thing I got to get used to now, is actually being close enough to actually hook it up. So, Q, and Z for the PTO, because obviously you need the PTO, otherwise the pump doesn't work. So, okay, very good. Beacon. Oh, I need to get rid of these weeds over here again, too. Weeds, weeds, weeds. You'd think that there would be no nutrients in the ground over here for weeds to grow. I mean, because, I don't do anything with the ground. It's hard packed. It's driven on all the time. But for some reason, there's the weeds just don't... They're stubborn. They don't want to go away. And I've sprayed Herbicide X over there a couple times. I just have to be careful with the Herbicide X because I cannot get that on anything, other than that area. Do not want to get in trouble for spraying that on the verges, and everything, and have the council come down on me for killing all their grass. All right, refill that. Ooh, put a little strain on that pipe. I'm a little far away. Oh well. All right, let's go not make some money. Someday the weather here in the real world, in New England, will settle down and I'll be able to breathe. That would be awesome. It's funny, I can't really win. This winter has not been awful by any means. We've got about 3 feet of snow, which now, unfortunately, we got about 2.5 feet of it all at once, but okay. Again, it wasn't like last winter where we got, 11 feet of snow in, 38 days or 41 days or whatever it was, where I was shoveling, 6-8 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. This winter has been great, you know what I mean? We've got some wind and, and it's been cold, but it hasn't been ridiculous at all. But of course, we're right in that time of year now where it's warm one day, it's cold the next, and as I get older, my sinuses just take a massive beating. So, but okay, it is what it is. You can see over there the soy's growing up nice, doing its thing. I got to get some herbicide over there too. In fact, I want to get the herbicide sprayed on the sugar beets while, obviously it's not raining. So that can have some effect and kill those weeds because I've got a huge infestation right in the middle of that field. So I need to get that handled. So I think we'll probably do that. 22 minutes, again, all the maintenance stuff, right? The daily stuff, the feeding the animals, the bringing the sheep, grass, the making mixed rations, bedding down the animals, all that stuff. It takes time, right? It's part of the day. And it's funny because this is really my favorite part of the day here in Old Ridge. First thing in the morning, I've had a couple of cups of coffee. It's a beautiful day. I get to watch the sunrise, beautiful sunrises here in Old Ridge. Come down here, make a little bit of money, although you don't actually make any money because once you factor in what it costs to make this milk, but okay. So what I'll do is we'll sell this milk. I'll go grab the sprayer. We'll spray some herbicide on the sugar beets. I'm not going to make this. This is still tricky, even though it's a lot less tricky than it was. And again, I haven't got in here and sold all these other triggers because I'd have to move the building and I just can't be bothered. So, all right, there we go. Bye-bye, milk. So we're going to make about 7-8 grand, 7,700, somewhere around there for 11,000 liters of milk. Okay. Again, just about enough to break even. Well, not really even to break even. No, I'm being optimistic there. We're not breaking even. But okay. So yeah, so we'll do this. I'm gonna go yes. And now Phil's here. Phil's like, I'm here. What do I do? Really? I don't know. Figure it out. Grab a mower. That's unfair. Of course, these guys, they want me to tell them what to do. So, in case they go do something that I didn't want them to do, or didn't need to be done right this minute or whatever. So. Just grumpy. Phone's ringing. Shut up. Leave me alone. And of course, if I say that to them, they'll be like, "Oh, absolutely," and they'll be gone. They'll be down to the pub having breakfast. They'll be down, down the river fishing and stuff. So I got to be nice. They're good. They're good guys. They work hard for me, and they put up with me when I'm, less than pleasant. So, which has been known to happen. All right, let's get this parked up. Again with the Unimog, really? That's what I should have one of them do. Can you come over here and move this Unimog, please? Because I get in the middle of everything, and then I forget, and I come over here, and I'm like, damn, the Unimog's still here. I couldn't have got that diet feeder much closer to the baler, huh? All this room over here, and I'm still parking stuff on top of itself. Set the brake. Oh, I remember to jump out this time instead of just hitting Q. I still catch myself doing that all the time, though. PTO, hitch, there we go. All right, now, I suppose what I should do is, I should get, where's the, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. What's on this? Is anything on this? Oh, yes, this is on this. Why did I park this over here? Why did I park this over here? I don't remember why I parked it over here. Obviously, I had some reason to do it. Oh, yes, I need this. This is actually on canola. Very good. And it's filled. Excellent. I must have been... thinking ahead here, I guess. As I, again, just drifting off into sentences that I start a sentence and then they just stop. Focus, 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 BP. Now, somewhere I have a weight. Where is the weight for this? I took the weight off for some reason. Oh, because of the front packer. But where did I put it? Oh, I bet you I know where it is. I bet you I know where it is. I bet you it's over here, because that's where the front packers were. Is it over here? No. Where's my weight? This thing doesn't necessarily need a weight. It's heavy enough that it doesn't need a weight for this cedar, but I'd like to put the weight back on it. I lose stuff all the time. How do you lose a weight? How does a farmer lose a weight? All of a sudden, one minute you have it, the next minute you don't. Oh. Is there one over here from where I dropped one off to spray with? No. Where are all my weights? My steering wheel just went crazy. Is it the steering wheel or is it the tractor? Is this tractor doing the thing with the... No, it's... Okay. I just didn't know if the wheels were starting to fall off it again or not. Oh, not again, but starting to fall off it, I know some people have had a problem with that, so... Something to do with the multi-component, and all that on the front ends of these things, but... Seems like it's just me being silly, so... Oh, there's a weight. Jeez. I had to drive halfway across the farm to find it, but I found one. I need to get these ring feeders over to the dairy, too. But that's going to require me coming over with the telehandler and trying to hook them, so... That's always fun. Oh, yeah. Manual attach, BP. There we go. Very good. Oh, that just leaps up there, huh? I might as well put some weight on it. I think that'll probably be enough. 500? Yeah, 500 kilos should be enough. All right. Get in here. Get the beacons on. Now, my rotation has changed, obviously. I need to get rid of displacement valve, too. My rotation has changed. So, do I put OSR? You know what? Yeah, I think the new rotation has me putting OSR on 11 south. So, okay. So, we will go do that. Well, Phil will go do that, actually. And then we'll grab the sprayer on the case, on the other case, and go spray those sugar beets. And then I should probably walk the fields and see what they need for nutrients and stuff. So that's what's going to happen for this episode. I'll get him started. We'll go spray herbicide on the sugar beets. In the next episode, we'll be spraying nutrients if we need to, and we'll be mowing. So, time to get that started. Now, I'm pretty sure you can turn those off now. And of course, he's going to turn his lights on because he never listens to me about not turning his lights on. Pretty sure I have a course for this. I mean, I've planted this a few times. Holy weeds, huh? But those will all go away once he starts planting. So you can see the soil moisture, 58%. I mean, we got a lot of rain. There was no soil moisture, no moisture in the soil whatsoever. So we got a lot of rain. Okay, let's see what we got here. Field 11 South 3.1. Do I have a Field 11 Seed Grain FP? I don't know what that means. That's 11 North anyway. Field 11 South Power Harrow. It's not 3.1 meters though. Field 11 South 3.1 meters. Is this 3.1 meters? No. No, it's 3 meters. No, apparently it's 3.1 meters. Okay. Well, that explains it, doesn't it? All right, very good. Field 11 South, 3.1 meters. Very good. Now, where are the start and end courses? Now, does this actually go all the way around? I have some weird courses over here for some reason. No, that works. That works. Okay, very good. Turn those off. What speed are we planting at? 4 miles an hour. Perfect. That's what I want. And he will probably need to, well, I don't know, he'll probably need to be filled up because canola, right? But I want to get my diversity payment, so I've got to put, as many crops in the ground as I can. All right. You are on that. Yep. And you are on that. And have at it. Very good. Excellent. Turn those off. And off you go. Cool. Another crop going in the ground. That's a good day. Is that weight? Oh, that weight needs to be raised, huh? Is it going to let me? Oh, of course not. Yep, there we go. Because I manually attached it, forgot to lift it up. So, okay, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, he'll just till all those weeds in as he goes along. So that's perfect. Very good. All right, back to the other case now. And we're disconnected here. Yep. Go grab the sprayer. You know what? Should I not get... I mean, Phil's just sitting here doing nothing now, right? I mean, Perry. Jeez, again, they're twins, and they screw me up every single time. I mean, I've only known him for, 2 years now? You'd think I would eventually be like, yeah, you're Phil and you're Perry. In fact, you know what? Let's do that. Oh, I got to go that way anyway, so, okay. I don't know where I was going. I swear this case is like, it lives at the dairy, so anytime it goes anywhere, it just automatically wants to go to the dairy. So what we will do is this. We will go back to the main farm. Got to grab the sprayer anyway. And then I will get Perry mowing the pig and beef meadow. Might as well get the biggest meadow out of the way first. It's funny, I was just thinking about this. Can you imagine? So we're going to mow all these meadows, right? And then, of course, we're going to slurry them all because, that's what you do. And then... wouldn't it be funny if we ran out of slurry? If the 735,000 liters of slurry we have isn't enough, and I did all this whining about worrying about not having room for it, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm out of slurry. How did that happen? I can almost guarantee and I'm only going to manure a couple of fields in the fall, but muck a couple of fields. But come springtime when I start to muck all the fields again, how much money bet we run out? It's like, how do you run out of, 500,000, liters of manure? There's my morning lag as the sun comes up over Old Ridge. The sun is just, the sun needs a cup of coffee, apparently. Running a little slow this morning. I can place piles everywhere. Those got to go. Whoa. Do not crash into the... Jeez, can you not crash into the Great Plains, please? That would hurt. One of you guys eventually needs to get over here and sweep out this grain shed, too. Got a couple of rats in there. I need to go down and borrow somebody's dog. Oh. Actually, I think maybe Ian Blake. Does Ian Blake have terriers? I think he might. Brakes. Oh, the brakes on this thing are so bad. I think Ian Blake might have terriers. So I might have to call him up and see if he's got any. That he can come down here and I'll let him run around my shed for a minute. I only got a couple, but of course, if you see a couple, that just means that you have, that many more. I just want to drop off this weight. Leave it right there. Got to lower it. Otherwise, I can't disconnect it. Jump out. Detach. Very good. You can stay right there. We'll grab the sprayer and we'll go spray the sugar beets, and I will get Perry over to the pig and beef meadow, start mowing. Well, I'll hook up to the sprayer and then we'll do that, actually. Now, sugar beets, A. Herbicide A. Do I want to put down AA or do I just want to put down A? A, I don't know. I have some AA. Use our new 19-meter sprayer here that we cobbled together. Oh yeah, again, I'm hitting Q and nothing's happening, and I'm like, you gotta get out and you gotta attach it. And the PTO, there we go, very good. And might as well. Yeah, you gotta be in the cab for this because I can never see through the building. Obviously, grab the front tank, which obviously we didn't need to modify. That works just fine. So. Don't know if I'm close enough or not. Can't quite tell. That should do it. Oh, I forgot to set the brake. Yeah, I'd say I'm close enough. Whoa. That punched me right in the face. That hurt. That's going to leave a mark. Okay. Something's happened with my icons, too. They've sort of disappeared on me. I don't know what the problem is. The words are still there, but the pictures are gone. I don't know. Just farm sim being farm sim, I guess. All right. First of all, we got to fill it up with NPK to start with. Water, herbicide X, NPK, R. Buy money. Oh well. I'll fill this up and then I'll get Perry down the pig and beef meadow. Okay. G, R. There we go. Fill you back up again, then we'll swap it over to herbicide A. So I don't forget, because I will forget, and I'll get over there and I'll start spraying, and I'll be like, no, not NPK. Definitely don't need any N on those fields. Still plenty of N. Okay, now, let's see. Herbicide A. Do I spray A or AA? Well, let's put AA down, I guess. I don't know where my pictures went. They disappeared. Oh well. Set the brake. Scroll around until we get to the class. There we go. Get the steering column in the right position. Get you fired up. Oh, no. Got to leave that on because I got to jump out to disconnect this. Oh, I'm going to have to lower this, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. Z, Q. Yep. It's BP proof, right? It's like, will you stop being lazy? Oh, there we go. You're going to drop your very expensive cedar, your sugar beet planter, down from, 3 feet in the air. Stop being lazy. All right. Now, we'll go grab the mowers. I could probably take those weights off the wheels too, huh? Don't need those to mow with, that's for certain. Alright. Hook up the front mower, hook up the rear mower. Get them down to the pig and beef meadow. At least get that started, right? Gonna be kind of a long episode this time, but because there's a lot of stuff that needed to be done, a lot of setup stuff. I am nowhere near the pins on this thing. Come on, baby. That mower's not that light. You're just gonna be able to muscle it over there. That'll do. Set the brake. Jump out. Q and Z. There we go. Remember to lift it. back mower. Oops. Nothing like making a game more complicated, huh? Do you see why I didn't add this in Norsholm? You know, my brain barely gets through the day at Norsholm as it is, so never mind remember to do all this stuff. I would very much like to add the pipes and the hoses and stuff to this, but I'd have to go back and watch David Oldfield's video, and, you know, to be honest, I don't know. It's really cool. I mean, it's very, very cool, and it adds that next level of realism. I just don't know if I have the time to sit down and do it, you know, to do it to all the implements. I guess we could always try it and see what happens, right? See how bad I can screw it up. And Q and Z. There we go. And remember to lift it up. And lift it up. And actually, I need to fold it up too, but I can't fold it up here because it'll catch the side of the building. There we go. Get that folded up. Excellent. And off to the pig and beef meadow we go. Beacons. Oh, it's been a pretty busy morning, huh? Got a lot of stuff done already, and it's only 6 o'clock in the morning, so very good. Very, very good. Now, I'm not sure why I went this way, but okay. Perry's just off on a joyride. You know, we were having a talk about this tractor the other day. You know, and the one thing about this tractor is it's kind of heavy for its horsepower, you know, and it uses a lot of fuel. It is not the most fuel efficient thing in the world, to say the least. You know, compared to my other tractors. You know, the big CVX, the 240, the Puma, you know, that makes 270 horsepower, and, you know, is really fuel efficient. Even the, you know, the Puma 160 is pretty fuel efficient too, because it's pretty light for its power. Where this tractor is kind of heavy for its horsepower, you know, which is good for certain jobs, but it's not particularly fuel efficient. I don't know. I can't afford to replace it this season anyway, so that's not going to happen. But just something we were talking about. I do really like this tractor, though. It's comfortable, you know, and it's always done everything I've asked it to do. So, you know, again, it would probably be more fuel efficient if I didn't have to rev it out, you know, as hard as I do, because it's a lower horsepower tractor. It's only 148 horsepower, you know. I picked this up sort of as an intermediate tractor, and then I realized that, well, you know, having a bunch of tractors in the same horsepower range is not necessarily a bad thing. But, you know, again, okay, we'll hold on to it. I can't afford not to hold on to it anyway, so. Because, like everything else on the farm, I'm still paying for it. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Speed limits. Please. There. One thing about this tractor and this road, cab suspension. Very nice. You don't get that jolt that you get with the Puma. You know, the 240 is not bad down this road because it's got the seat suspension and everything. But the Puma 160 is rough coming down this road. But this one, seat suspension, cab suspension, you know, very nice. Still don't want to go flying down it, but. You can hear the seat and the cab suspension bottom out when we hit the big bumps. You know, if I go down it too fast, so makes that bang noise. All right, now hopefully this meadow's in good shape. It should be. You know, we've had a winter now, sort of, for it to absorb moisture, for it to absorb nutrients and everything. It's been sprayed with a ton of stuff, you know, slurried and all that. So it should be in pretty good shape. You know, I think this year will be the year that they really get to maximum production because they'll have a full year of treatments and, you know, nutrients and all that. So it should be fine. The size of this meadow really, you know, makes it so that we're going to get a lot of bales off it anyway. All right. Now, I believe the start point for this course is over here. Oh, it's a little low. That's very low in N. Plenty of moisture, but not no N. Jeez. Well, can't do anything about it until I cut it now anyway. So, okay, very good. Let's see. We need this to be on field work first of all, and somewhere here. Pig and beef. Pig and beef meadow mow. That's the one I want, I believe. Let me just make sure this is the correct one. Yeah, that looks about right. Where's the start point? Let me guess. Start point's up on the other side of. In this particular course, the start point is up on the other side of the meadow. Turn off those and leave these on. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I have, you know what ends up happening is I have multiple courses for these things because I'm like, oh, I don't like that course, so I'll make another one. I forget to delete the one that I didn't like. So then I end up with, a whole bunch of different courses for the same, field. And that's what happened here. Because I think I added a headland to this to get a little closer to the edge of the meadow. Yeah, see, there's no N in this whatsoever. Oh, well. Again, can't do anything about it now until I cut them. So we'll take care of that N problem. No worries. All right, now, is this got all its correct stuff on it? It does not. Is it, I never remember, is it tool offset that I want, right? I want to go 2.5 meters. Is that what I want? I think that's what I want. I never remember. Never. First waypoint. We'll see. We'll see what he does here. What kind of speed are we looking at? Oh, that's way too slow. Why are you going so slow? You can go 8 on this meadow. This meadow's pretty big. Just going to turn that off. All right, off he goes. I just want to see what he does. I'm going to watch him make one pass. I want to see what he does when he comes back to the other side and make sure I get the offset right. And then I think, because we're closing up on 50 minutes, I think I will call this an episode. And in the next episode, we will be spraying, because I'll be spraying a lot of stuff. So probably we'll keep the spraying to one episode. Why not? I think it makes sense. And then obviously we'll be continuing to mow, and we'll have to rake all this stuff up and everything. So we'll do that. We'll keep this, sort of the feeding the animals and that, that we'll get that project will have been done. Then we'll go on to spraying, get that done. And we'll just keep doing it that way. I think that makes the most sense. Instead of mixing a bunch of stuff into one episode and not getting, anything done. All right, now, what are you going to do here? Are you going to, obviously you're going to turn around. Because you got to follow the waypoint down for the headland. There we go. One of the little quirks of courseplay, because of the way the headlands are, because of the shape of the field. You get that sort of dead waypoint that I call it, between the last bit of work waypoint and the next bit of work waypoint. So, just because of the way the shape of the fields are. Now, is this going to be the right offset? I guess it's going to depend on which way he ends up going, whether it's the right offset. Yep, that looks like it's going to work. He's going to leave a little bit of a strip, huh? Should have came over a little bit. Well, you know what? I will figure that out as we go along here. So, I just realized I don't have a screenshot. I don't have a thumbnail, so let's get one of those. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Goodbye. That. And take our screenshot. That's a very spring screenshot, huh? Grass season and all. Very, very cool. Screenshot it is. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, this is it. This is what it is now. It's daily stuff. It's feeding the animals. It's, it's bedding them down. It's mucking out if it needs to be done. Stuff like that. We are in the planting season. We're planting, so everything's moving along. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for the continued support on this series. It amazes me, 107 episodes here on this, map, and no signs of stopping. I'm still loving every second I spend on it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it too. Make sure, as always, to check me out on all those social media links that are in the description. description of every video. Make sure to check out everybody on the Monkey Show approved list too. All great YouTubers, good friends of mine, make awesome videos. Make sure to check them all out. What else? Anything else? Thank you so much for coming to the channel, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing, for me being a massive idiot and not knowing what I'm doing here, apparently. Look at the strip he's leaving. I'm going to have to fix that. You know, the reason I make videos is to interact with you guys, to hang out with you guys, to be your friends, you know, and I'm so grateful that you guys are my friends. I'm so grateful you guys enjoy what I do. You know, that's a huge, big deal for me. You know, could I just make videos for myself? Sure, I could. But that would be boring, right? And that wouldn't be any fun. It's much more fun to make them for you guys, or, you know, along with you guys, I should say. And, you know, your friendship and your support and your love for the channel and everything means everything to me. Thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's the best way of being notified of when I make a video, which is pretty much every day. And as always, thanks so much for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.